one of my favorite races, 1979 Daytona 500. You end up winning that race, and everybody remembers the big fight. But another thing that was interesting about that race is Dad is running his first Daytona 500.
Right.
All right, and he's in an Osterlin car, and it's a pretty decent old car.
He gets up there and leading the race.
He did, yeah. What do you remember about? Obviously, so I guess we should probably go even further back than that and talk about Ralph Earnhardt driving for Petty.
Yeah,
Enterprises.
he drove for us in '58, I think.
Right.
He drove 3 or 4 races for us.
That's right. Yeah. So there was already y'all already
connection.
knew each other. There was a connection there. But what do you remember about Dad as a driver? And he kind of came in a little bit rough, and you and Bobby and maybe even David Pearson, but I know Bobby had an influence. But all y'all had to talk to him a little bit there in those first couple of years about how to get around here and get to the end of get to the finish line without tearing the fenders off of it.
Yeah, I think the first remembers that really sticks. I don't even know the first time I heard tell of Dale Earnhardt or whatever was at Martinsville, and I don't know. I started 5th or 6th or 10th or somewhere. Your dad was behind us. Anyhow, we go down the first corner. They throw the green flag. We go down the first corner. I'm turning here. Here comes a car across the grass, lands on my hood. Who is it?
Dale Earnhardt.
So I went over and said, "Don't let that happen again." I give him one of them finger deals.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's the first time I remember Dale Earnhardt.
That was a nice way of putting it. I remember I've posted video of that wreck or that lap on my social media on Twitter last year, I think. But Dad goes 3 wide into turn 1, first lap.
On the
inside. And clean.
In the grass.
And there's ends up wrecking 10 cars,
At least.
Yeah, bad deal. And, knocks the king out.
I think people take notice.
No. So that's all he got? Because I'd have figured you'd have grabbed him around and put him in the headlock.
No.
Maurice,
give him a little
did
bit
he have
more than that.
anything to say
Yeah,
about it?
how did he get away from Dale and Maurice?
I don't know. Maybe one other time I had to have a little talk with him.
Yeah.
I think I did. Later on, when he got where he was winning races and really knocking people around.
Right.
I think I told him somewhere that I didn't mind him beating on my driver, but don't you beat on my race car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You I don't care what you do to the driver.
Was it when he spun Hamilton out at Rockingham?
Down at Rockingham.
Yeah.
What happened?
So Dad caught Bobby Hamilton's driving for Richard.
Oh, I got you.
And they had a fast Pontiac, and Dad got up on the back bumper and spun him around off turn 4.
No, he didn't. He just ran the side of it.
Yeah.
Anyhow,
Just took him
he
out.
spun him off.
Yeah. Spun him out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you went up to him then.
Yeah.
Even after all those years.
I think I had a little talk to him. Yeah.
Interesting.
And I don't know. I didn't know if they'd already had a run in or what. To me, the way I seen it, it didn't have to be done because it wasn't the last lap or anything.
No, it was.
But that was Dale.
Yeah.
I'm curious. Did you see any potential in him when he's sitting there running over people like back in the 70s and when he's starting out? I mean, did anybody ever once think that this guy? I mean, you knew he was the son of a great one. Ralph Earnhardt. Yeah. He knew his way around a racetrack.
Yeah, his dad could get that done and not let people know about it. Ralph.
Yeah.
Ralph didn't mind moving people around, but he done it a little easier. Okay, he just moved them over. He didn't knock them out, and Dale took it to the next extreme.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, and it showed. You go back and look at some of the things
cars.
at Bristol.
Oh yeah.
Paul Labonte, I think he worked on him a couple of times up at Bristol.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? He got by with it one time.
Yeah, he did. So in 1979, did you know that when you went? Are you going down the back straightaway into turn 3? Did they already tell you on the radio that the leaders are wrecked out? Did you see them?
The deal was we was like Ford and myself and
Darrell.
Darrell was racing for third.
Right.
And these two cars were like 20 seconds. We couldn't even see them. You mean? So we come off of 2, and just as we come off of 2, the lights come on. there's a wreck somewhere. So, you look and you don't see nothing. First thing you do, you look in the mirror. It's the second thing you do. Or that's what I did.
Right.
I don't see nothing. So we cruise on down, and we know there's a caution, and I got to beat these guys for third.
You're racing back to the line,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
And just as you get at the gate, just going in the fourth turn, or third turn, you look over. There's this number 1, number 2 car. Golly, man! You know what I mean? Well, none of us done anything different. We were still racing for third.
Yeah.
The only thing is they just eliminated 1 and 2.
Yep.
You know? So we come back and I wound up beating Darrell, and I think I don't know if Ford just seen the light and let off or what. I mean, but me and Darrell didn't. We knew we had to race.
Yeah.
So I think we left Fort in the dust there. So.
Yeah. One of the best things about those races back then is everybody riding on the car to victory lane. The whole team would climb on the car.
Well, they tried to.
Yeah.
We had so many people on the car wouldn't even move. I mean, it wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I think Ralph Salvino was the STP guy. He's the only one that stayed on the hood. Everybody else had to get off. And then I think after that they told everybody not to ride on the cars anymore.